everyone. Well, I'm watching and in need of this message today from Spiritual Rebirth Tarot and Madelyn. And today I would like to, it's kind of the middle of the week. I'd like to look at some energies related to relationships. And you know, sometimes as we're going through life, we bump into people and we spend a few weeks getting to know them better, you know, knowing what's going on. And maybe, you know, we kind of sort of have a spark, maybe we don't. And life moves on, things happen, and things change. So one of the questions that we might have is, you know, does that person that we met at that time still have feelings for us? And if so, you know, how should we relate to that and those kind of things? So what I would like to do is I would like to ask this ask the question using this new card deck, Whispers of Love, that I have. And the first question that I want to ask is, and that, you know what, I'm going to write down each one of the questions that we ask so we can make sure we get kind of all the things we want. You know, does this person, let's say, does this person still think about me? So let's say this person that you've just kind of run into. So does this person still think about me? So think about me, and then how do they feel? Let's ask how they feel. And how do I respond? And then I will do some, in the extended, I'll take a look at some of the zodiac sign. You know, we'll do some tarot with these questions as well. And then I'll look at some of the, in the extended, I'll look at some of these zodiac signs, some of the blocks, some things that we're facing, advice from our higher self, and some other questions that might arise. So let's take a look at, does this person think about me? Okay, so let's ask for divine guidance. Okay, so these cards, they have a lot of beauty and they have a lot of wisdom. I'm really enjoying them. True love. So the person that you're thinking about at the start of this, I would say that they are thinking about you. And they're thinking about you in a very positive way. And kind of like you see a sparks flying? There's the sparks flying, the romanticism. The romanticism may be a little bit in their head. Like, you know, in her head, there's in both of their heads, their imaginations, there are a lot of really beautiful and wonderful things. And so I think that this love is once in a lifetime. So as you're thinking of this person that you maybe have bumped into, and that you're wondering if they're thinking about you, I think that this is coming out with, this is potentially a once in a lifetime experience for the people this resonates with. Okay, so let's pull a few tarot cards to go along with this card to learn a little bit more about, does this person think about me? And maybe what are they thinking about? How about that? What is this person thinking about? Okay, so the first one is Six of Swords. The second is the Tower. The third is the Ten of Swords. The fourth is the King of Wands. The Knight of Cups. and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so I think that what this is saying, the story that's coming out here in these cards, well, underneath is the King of Cups. So we have the King of Cups with the King of Wands. Here, I'll put those together. So, let me try to see if you can see this a little bit more. So, okay. So with the Six of Swords, he's he's going somewhere, and the boat is empty. It's just him, except for Bunch of Swords. But you know, he's going somewhere. He's empty. He's looking back. So as he's thinking about you, he's thinking about a missed opportunity or a lost opportunity or something that could have been there. If life hadn't been kind of pulling one or both or, you know, somebody away. And it could be that this experience has brought about a real change in perspective and a lot of pain. Or it could be that their life lately, you know, this person's life has had a real turn for a difficult time and a lot of pain and discomfort. Or it could be that they're thinking that maybe somehow they caused this pain and discomfort in your life in some ways, you know, or that you did that to them, and that there could be a little bit of blaming going on as well. And so I think let's ask a little bit more about this Tower. Okay, I'm going to pull one or two cards for the Tower here. Okay, tell me about the Tower. So as this person's thinking about you, they're thinking about the lost opportunity, and then this Tower comes in. So let's see what that's telling us. Empress and Hierophant, Queen of Swords, King of Wands. Ooh, wow. Underneath is the Universe. So this break that they're going through, or their mind's going through, your mind is going through, it could go kind of either way. Probably theirs. Because we're asking, you know, are they still thinking about you, and what are they thinking about? This Tower for them, this kind of breakdown, you know, is two power couples. So the, you know, Mother Earth and, you know, so it's a Earth energy, Venus energy, love, passion, things of the earth, things of beauty, manifestation, along with kind of a pulling away, a quietness. He's a Taurus, so he's, you know, kind of one of those, you know, earth sign, you know, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, you know, pulling away earth energies. And not playing the harp, not doing the things that really will give him that joy and happiness. And she isn't really either. She's sitting there in a state of kind of like meditative reflectiveness. There's a lot of green. She may be healing her heart, or trying to bring that. So I think of this Tower is that they saw a possibility here, but it's kind of like it broke down between these two. And then again, you know, there's another, you know, power couple, and they're even facing toward each other. You know, she's telling some truth he doesn't want to hear. He has a lot of passion and love. You know, again, you know, two very strong leader individuals, and it's just kind of like has broken in some way. Okay, so so then it leads to this, you know, pain and discomfort. And then we have the King of Wands again, the King and Queen of Wands. And so I think that, you know, they have a hope that, you know, these will come together. The energies of passion and love and romance and really a strong direction can still come together. New romance and passion being brought in. So I think that that is what they are thinking at this time, and that this is a once in a lifetime that has kind of broken apart or come to an end in some way. Okay, so now the next question, how do they feel? So their thoughts are that true love. You know what else? I didn't look in the book. Let's look in the book at true love. It's 10. Oh, so it's the ending and the beginning card. The circle, coming around in full circle. I want to read a little bit about kind of some of the thoughts. It's important. I don't know. I got the wrong number. Sorry, 30. Connection. Of course, that makes more sense. 3, the connecting number. Communication, connection, local communities, local gatherings, that kind of house. Okay, so 30. It's a little bit small to read. True love. This love is once in a lifetime. This relationship is part of your life's plan. Unconditional love is easier said than done. Remember the love aspect of your partnership. If it is a true relationship, the connection will be almost perfectly balanced. Maintaining the love in a relationship takes more than good intentions. Positive intentions are a solid first step, but it is better to learn how to nurture your relationship each day. This is vital to staying connected to and growing your love into a strong bond. So I think in this case, what I'm kind of feeling is, you know, they're looking at this connection that you had for maybe a few weeks or something like that, and they see a lot of potential for that true love. And yet, when you look at the picture, you can see the romanticism in the thoughts, and so both parties, because it's so immature, you know, both parties can kind of imagine whatever they want it to be. So their thoughts toward you are very romantic. They're very loving. They're feeling it could be a true soul connection that would last a long time. But at the same token, that's only the beginning of true love. True love is something that's developed over a long time. As you get to know each other, you find that you're both lovers and friends, and that's all. You know, that you really have that compatibility and that balancing. And balancing in a relationship doesn't mean that I'm a giver and you're a taker. So, you know, or it's something like that. You both are givers and you both are takers. So you have to have a balanced connection in the relationship. Okay, so let's take a look at how they feel. So this is on the heart level. So in the heart chakra. And that's cool because that card really, it had so much in their heads, which is the thoughts. Okay, so how is this person, man or woman, depending who you are or who you were spending time with or thinking of, feeling toward you? How does this person feel toward you? All right, so speak the language of love. Okay, so the first thing when I read that, the first thing I think of is love languages. So if you take a look at the 5 love languages, and hopefully you have already done that, but you have acts of service, so doing things for each other, speaking words of affirmation, spending time together, and then giving gifts, gift giving, and the 5th one is physical touch, and not necessarily sexual. So each one of these love relationships can have a sexual component, but it's more of a physical touch that's a non-sexual. You come up behind the person and give them a kiss on the neck, or whatever. So it has a physicalness to the relationship. So those are the 5 love languages. The gifts, it's like, kind of giving that unexpected gift, or the gift that to someone else may not mean a lot, but to this person means a lot because that's their love language. So what happens is we should use all of them for the person we love, but find out which one is their love language, from the test and the book and stuff, to know which one that you should kind of focus on the most, and that will really help. And so they are feeling that love language towards you. So their feeling right now is, let's say they have their love language is quality time. So they are wishing that they had spent time with you, that you could have spent time together, and they're longing, feeling that love language. Or maybe it's a gift. They're thinking of what they would give you, and what, they have a feeling of what they would give you in their heart. Okay, so, and for them, it's much more than just a gift. It's, truly a love from their heart. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. Okay, so this is a beautiful picture here of the love languages, and also of loving words coming into your life, and speak the language of love. 35, which is 8. So 8 is a lot about power and abundance and direction. So they have a very powerful, loving energy in their heart and feeling towards you. Okay, a positive attitude works wonders in creating more love around you. Allow yourself to really express yourself positively. Use only wholesome words when speaking to others, or even about yourself. Be conscious of any language you may use out of habit, and be willing to release this to create more positive energy around you. Doing this will bring more love to you. So in this case, we can see it as this person has a real strong feeling towards you still in their heart, and they kind of probably think that something was said or done by either you or them that kind of put somebody off, and kind of like have that redirected towards speaking your love languages. Okay, so let's take a look at the tarot here for how are they feeling? Emperor, 9 of Pentacles, Hermit, 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Underneath is the Chariot. Okay, so they kind of are feeling a little bit of an urgency, and a kind of an overall urgency with the Chariot. needing to move in a direction, but maybe not knowing what direction to move. And then the Emperor, to me, it's kind of like the Emperor comes with they could have a little sense of pride that, this situation I was talking about, they were right. And this is definitely a lot of alone cards. Just a lot of people being alone. There's a lot of aloneness. There's a lot of feeling of maybe there's not enough in life. Trying to find meaning by yourself and trying to manifest and direct things into your life. So I think that their heart is full of, desire for urgency, but also, a feeling of aloneness. So they're feeling alone. So this person that you're thinking of, the next question is, how do I respond to this? How am I, how do I act? Or what should I do as a related to this person? Do something for someone. Talk about just do. $41, which is a 5. Do something for someone. Give your attention to another. Oh, interesting. So I wonder if this is, give your attention to another. So this person, you were chance meeting in the dark, and even though there's a lot of feelings still going on, they're not somebody to go back together with. Give your attention to another, or that maybe there was a third party and you're with with someone else, and it's asking you to turn your attention toward this person. So let's look at the description a little bit more, and then also we'll look at the tarot and see if we can get a little more clarification on that. So is it give your attention to another? Is that another, the person that we're someone else in our lives that we should put our attention to? When you do something kind for someone, you create an opportunity for your relationship to be re-energized. Okay, I think that answers that question. The another refers to do something for someone other than yourself. Okay, so when you do something kind for someone else, so if you are deciding to approach this person, if you have feelings for them, if you are thinking of them, which obviously you're thinking of enough to have thought of them for this reading. If you are thinking of those things, doing something kind can create an opportunity for the relationship to be re-energized. How can you be considerate towards someone today? Insignificant things can have a big impact. And imagine how amazing your life will be when you are consistently doing kind and loving things for others. I think in this case, kind of something I've been thinking about lately is, who you're with, does matter. It can make a difference. But in a way, it also doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference because you are still learning how to have that joy and happiness inside yourself. And so as you're learning to be this person that you're supposed to be, then then you will attract that kind of person into your life. So, you know, this person may not be somebody that you want to contact right away. You may want to practice being kind and generous to people around you so that when you do approach them, you really have that deeply rooted in your heart. So do something for someone. So doing something kind for this person in particular. Let's pull some tarot, and what are some suggestions for you of some kind things that you could do? Something you could do that would kind of re-energize the situation. The Fool, Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is like the fifth card, so that could be the timing card. So it could be that you want to wait like 4 weeks or 4 months before you would approach them if you are single and thinking about this person as well. So to me, the Fool in this picture, it has the sun, there's a rose. I think if you're a guy, maybe sending anonymous flowers first and get the person kind of curious. There is like the inside of his umbrella is like the stars. And there's obviously, it's youthful, playful, fun. So probably coming out with something. I mean, if you're a girl, it could still be some kind of and it's just taking a leap of faith. That little thing that the inside of your heart is kind of directed. I also see a ring here. See this down at the bottom is like a ring. So maybe jewelry might be a little much, but maybe something like that that's meaningful. If you got to know enough about that person to do something to connect on some kind of a meaningful level, but kind of do take that leap of faith. So this person is taking action. They are taking that first step toward re-energizing. The Nine of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, both, happiness, abundance, prosperity. To me, the Nine of Cups is really finding that happiness inside yourself and kind of expressing that. They're definitely they're very independent. They have a really strong identity. And so I think that's an important thing to be, presenting. Could also be with all the cups. Could be that you say to them, hey, let's go get a drink, let's go get some coffee. Kind of a real nonchalant beginning, but definitely have a very strong in yourself, firm in yourself type attitude. And to me, this one is just all about just talking, just like bumping into each other and talking, like maybe going to a place that that they'll be, and just both end up there. And Judgment card, the Resurrection card, the Rebirth. Connecting in a spiritual way. Compassion. So maybe there's some kind of a, like maybe sending them a text now and then with a happy meme, but not actually saying anything, or a cute little emoji, just to see what kind of response you get. And meditating and praying on what the right action would be. And just finding that happy place inside yourself and offering that to others. Bringing the guidance of the angels into your life to know what to do and how to get there. Okay, well, that was kind of a fun reading. I don't think we'll really need an extended for this. I think we kind of looked at the major factors. Let me pull a couple of timing type questions. For instance, if you contact them, when should that be? Now, I mean, obviously timing is very hard in tarot because, you know, past, present, and future are one. But for us, everything's about time. Okay, so when should you contact them? 9 of Pentacles. 9 weeks, 9 months. And you kind of know where you are and in your healing and your growth and what that might mean. Probably not 9 days, but it could be 9 days. If there's some kind of like celebration or something that you'd be looking for. And then will they contact you? If so, when? When will they contact you? 10 days, 10 of Wands, 10 days, 10 weeks, 10. At Pentacles, I always think of more like weeks or months, which is like, so, 9 weeks or 9 months. So like a couple of months to next year. Or in that time period. And then 10 of Wands, I think of more as days to weeks. And Wands is more of a quicker time period. So, but it may be 10 months before they contact you. Kind of depends on what's going on in their life and what's going on. So, how about, okay, they're feeling like it's a true love thing. With the person that you're thinking about, is it a soulmate? That would be part of your soul contract. I'm going to say they're probably a past life lover or past life friend, past life soulmate in some ways. To me, this is a past life card because he's like a shaman, kind of looking into the past. It has to do with the nature of things and the nature of yourself, the ancient ones, the ancestry. So this person is somebody who either helps you connect with those deeper sides of yourself, or actually is from one of those times in yourself. Definitely somebody that you have been looking for, longing for, manifesting into your life, and somebody who will be part of your collective in some way. Okay. All right. Thank you for coming to the video today. So nice to have you. Like I said, I don't think we'll need an extended for this one. We'll see you next week for the relationship. And if you have any questions you'd like me to ask, please write them in the comments, or write them, in Facebook or different places. Let me know any of the questions that you may have. Okay, thank you.